What's up guys, it's Endymion, and today I want to look at the shadiest and quite honestly the most lethal of the council races, the Salarians. In this video I'll cover who the Salarians are, their origins, what they are capable of, and where their race could go in Mass Effect's future. Obviously spoilers for the Mass Effect series. Let's begin. The Salarians are an amphibian race of highly intellectually driven aliens that rely on their smarts and stealth rather than their physical strength or numbers when it comes to warfare. Comparing the Salarians to the other two Alpha Council races, the Turian and Asari, the Salarians are the shortest lived and are also at a major disadvantage if they were to be attacked in open combat. The Salarian military believes in defeating their enemies before they even begin to move, which leads to the Salarians operating in mostly dishonorable and shady ways, using poison, biological warfare, and assassinations to cripple their enemies before the fighting even begins. This brutal but efficient way of tackling fights has led to a reputation among their species, with other races rarely, if ever, wanting to cross them. They may not fight you in open warfare, but they'll definitely poison your food or kill you in your sleep, which isn't fair, sure, but if the ends justify the means, the Salarians are totally cool with it. In terms of their origins, the Salarians are actually BioWare's answer to the classic gray alien you usually see in conspiracy theories and other forms of media. The Salarians were designed to be a scientifically driven race that would regularly abduct other races in secret, so they could dissect them in order to understand that race. Gray aliens have always weirded me out, and I'm forever scarred by a movie called Fire in the Sky, which is about abductions, so knowing the Salarians are BioWare's answer to those guys is kind of unsettling. I guess this is random, but I recommend Fire in the Sky if you don't like sleeping or want to be disturbed. The abduction scenes in that movie are just something else. Anyways, in terms of where the Salarians stand in the larger conflicts of galactic history and beyond is probably one of the more blurry and suspicious ones compared to the other races going forward into Mass Effect's future. Whereas the Turians are clearly a proud, honorable race that faces their foes head on, and the Asari are always pushing the limits of their biotic supremacy, the Salarians are a race that straddle that line between good and bad constantly within the trilogy and beyond in many ways. For starters, it's the Salarians who obviously sterilized the Krogan with the genophage, and even in Andromeda, it's revealed that the leadership aboard the Salarian Andromeda Ark, the Parchero, willingly colluded with the Ket and allowed their vessel to be taken by the Ket, which resulted in some Salarians in cryosleep to be taken or killed, so the Salarian leadership could learn and study the Ket in order to effectively counter them in the future. The Salarians are not above sacrificing their own people, even in another galaxy, if it means they get an advantage. Not to mention in Mass Effect 3, you can be bribed to kill Mordin and stop the genophage from being cured, which, by the way, if you did kill Mordin, well, congrats, you're a monster. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is I don't really see the Salarians as good guys per se, but more so as a race that flips between sides based on the benefits instead. Whereas most of the Council races will help humans, if hesitant to an extent, the Salarians will downright ignore or avoid humans if it doesn't benefit them. Going into the future, I am skeptical of the Salarians. They could help the other races for sure, even help the Protheans regain their civilization through advanced gene technology, but the Salarians always seem to be shaking your hand with one hand while having multiple snipers on standby to take you out in an instant as well. But they're also a species that's lifespan goes to about 30 to 35 in human years, so everything the Salarians do has to have meaning, results, and be quick, just like their minds. I wouldn't be surprised if an alien race like the Ket invaded in the future, and let's say the Ket were powerful enough to subjugate and enthrall most of the Milky Way. The Salarians would see this happening and most likely side with the Ket if that would benefit them more than helping the Council races. And in terms of lethality, the Salarian race could crush every other race in the galaxy without any of them even knowing, due to the Salarians being the smartest of the races and having extensive knowledge of the littlest details on every other race's anatomy and weaknesses. What if the Salarians wanted to inherit the entire galaxy? They could easily create a plague similar to the Fortinbras plague and systematically wipe out all the leadership of the council races within an afternoon if they wanted to. If you don't know what the Fortinbras plague is, I have a video on it. It's a nasty combo, and that's an understatement. Obviously, they couldn't face the military might of the Turians or humans head on, but within every suit of armor, there is always an opening, a small space where the flesh is exposed, and Salarians are masters at exposing those weaknesses. Whatever future threat is coming in the future, if it's Ket, the Jardin, or something entirely unknown, the Salarians will undoubtedly have one foot on the council side and another figuring out how the conflicts to come could benefit them in the long run. In terms of RPG elements, I've always seen the three major council races being representative of the three classic job classes, if you will. The Turians would be the warriors, the Asaris would be the mages, and the Salarians would be the rogues. I truly don't believe the Salarians are on our side, and once the opportunity to usurp or gain power over the other races happens, expect the Turians to lend a hand, the Asari to rally support, and the Salarians to be standing in the corner, watching intently, waiting for the moment to wipe them all out and assume control over them all. And it doesn't help that they look like frogs. I don't know what that even means, but I just don't trust these guys at all. How do you trust a race that sterilizes another with cold precision like that and not think you're next in line at some point? And now that there's millions of dead Reapers floating in space after the war, you're telling me the Salarians are going to be scavenging hundreds, if not thousands of Reaper corpses, and they'll share all the information and technology with the other races? Not even a chance, not even close. The moment these guys get an upper hand, that is just enough to tip the galactic balance in their favor. Mark my words, they're gonna take it because they're frogs, and I don't trust frogs. Especially frogs that wear clothes, unless it's Frog from Chrono Trigger. Besides that, I don't trust them. Anyways, guys, what do you think of the Salarians? Am I too cynical of them? Or do you also see them as not being true allies to the council compared to the other races? What will the Salarians think when humanity inevitably becomes a part of the main council in the future? I'm sure that'll go over great with them. They'll totally not stalk, bug, and listen in on every conversation humanity has when that happens, and find efficient ways to make accidents happen that results in untimely demises of key officials. I don't trust these toads. Look at their eyes. I'm on to you, Salarians. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe to help a new YouTuber out. Also, I made a poll on my community page recently asking if you guys wanted to see Destiny-related lore content. Let me know what you think, because I love Destiny. It's actually my most played game. I actually wouldn't even mind streaming it too sometime and doing like raids or PvP or strikes with you guys in that game either. I'm always down for some fun in Destiny. So let me know what you think or what other games you'd like to see me cover. I'm ENDYMION. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.